is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and this is a review and installation guide of the Worker F10555 JSSAP SMG. Alright, so I received a package from nfstrike.com with all the necessary parts, I believe, to complete this build. I'm pretty excited to put together a sweet tactical build like this. I haven't really done anything like that before on the channel, or really period. So something different, and I thought it would be fun to kind of do more of a prop build rather than a gameplay kind of a build that I normally do. So this will just be reviewing the kit though. I'm going to just throw it on a stock Stryfe, see how everything fits, how everything feels, and give you guys an honest review on the kit. So let's go ahead and see what we got and then throw it on a Stryfe. So we have a barrel, which is the Worker barrel. This is probably longer than we actually need, but you can always cut it down. So that's pretty cool, and that will go inside to put a muzzle on there and make it look a little more tactical, so that should be cool. Start with this here. I think this has all the parts for the specific kit, and you will get a piece like this, which actually will go and replace the front barrel of the Stryfe. So you have to open up your Stryfe, and then this will replace it, and then the muzzle of the kit will slide over this, and everything will kind of attach around this part. So this is pretty standard, I believe, on all the F10555 kits, or at least the newer ones. So that's pretty cool and a really nice piece. Very good print quality as usual. Very happy with that. So this is the big boy, the main front barrel portion of the SMG kit. So this will slide on just like that, and that is really, really good looking. I mean, that fits perfectly. Very, very nice. That grip is going to be really comfortable. That's really cool, and it's all one piece, and really a really nice print again. Really, really good quality. A little bit of 3D printing lines, a little more noticeable here on the front, but that's to be expected. It has to be somewhere, and that can definitely be sanded down, and shouldn't be too big of a deal. So pretty nice quality though for a print this size. I'm very, very happy with that. You will also get this to go on the top part of the blaster, and that will be pretty cool. They also send you a Picatinny rail to go onto that, so that's pretty cool. This is actually not 3D printed. This is injection molded, which is pretty cool. And then the last part is this little faux sight piece, which is pretty neat, that goes on the back of that rail, and that just is a little, fake turn dial sight thing, I believe. I am not an expert in real steel firearms, so I apologize. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that know a lot more about these things than I do, but I know this is pretty cool looking, and that's really all I care about. Yeah, let's go ahead, and I believe that's all the main parts. Oh, there's one more piece that I added on, and this is like an add-on item, but it might be something that you would probably want to get if you're going for that look, and this is the SMG stock adapter. So this will go onto your stock attachment and give it kind of like a flat look and not have that weird looking, in strike stock attachment look. So that's a pretty cool piece, and gives you a sling point there with that screw, that bolt there, so that's pretty nice. And then last but not least, I got this Worker muzzle flash hider, which is pretty cool. Muzzle brake, so that's pretty neat, and that will go on the end of our barrel and give us a complete tactical look, I do believe. So pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and throw this stuff on a Stryfe. Alright, so we have a absolutely bone stock brand new Stryfe here, and it even has the 6 clip in it, or mag. And we'll go ahead and put this over, unscrew everything, and throw this kit on. It should be very straightforward, very simple. So let's go for it. Alright, all the screws are out. Let's go ahead and pop this off. Come right off. Ta-da! Bone stock. It's even one of the older versions with this guy still in it. So we'll go ahead and take that off. If you open it up, might as well go ahead and take this out if yours has that part. Get rid of that. Throw that in the trash. You do not need that. Alright, so now we'll unscrew the motor cage so we can get this part off and then replace it with the piece right here, this guy. And then we can put everything back together and then put the kit together. That should be good enough. Just, if you don't want to do any modifications to your Stryfe, all you have to do is just lift that up gently, pull that guy right off. And we'll put this guy on. You got to take out the tactical sling point there so you can fit this on. Just like that. Should fit in right like that. Then we'll screw the motor cage back down. Now, if you're new to modding and you bought this kit just to learn how to install it, and you've opened it up and you're like, wow, I really would like to make this thing shoot a little harder and better, there are zillions of Stryfe modifications out there. There is so much you can do internally to this thing to make it really, really awesome. And I highly recommend you search that out. There are things on my channel. I'll link in the description box to it's actually a Desolator mod guide, but you can do the exact same mods. It looks exactly the same internally. The battery is located in a slightly different place, but that's really very irrelevant. You should be able to follow that and do modifications to this. So I'll put that in the description box. Alright, so my camera decided to die on me, but I went ahead and put the shell half back on, put all the screws back in. They're two shorter screws if you've never opened up a Stryfe before. They go in the tactical rail up here, one there, and then all the rest are the same size, so no worries there. Alright, so the next step, you'll need these two pieces, and you'll have to screw this guy onto here before you put it on. So we will take two of the bigger screws and screw this thing down. Try to line up the holes that are already pre-drilled in there with the holes in the tactical rail here, or top rail. And this looks like a slightly bigger screwdriver, so I'm going to take this one, get that one started, and we'll put the other one in. You just have to be gentle with 3D printed parts. You want to get them tight, but you don't want to put too much stress on them because they will crack. So you just want to get that down to enough where it's tight on there and it's below the surface. I'm going to tighten this one up just a tad bit more. There we go. So do not crank down on those screws. You definitely don't want to do that. So we'll go ahead and we'll slide this on here. And just be careful because there is a bit of a bow that is created when putting this on. You just there we go. Kind of have to push down a little bit and then it'll slide on. And it should go all the way back, and then you can slide it forward and underneath the front tactical rail there, just like that. And then there's an Allen retention screw on top here. You'll need a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench, which every household should have Allen wrenches. Whoa! And we'll just tighten that up. It's actually pretty secure on there even without that, but it's good to go ahead and tighten that down. Nice that they added that there. And then we'll put the top tactical rail on. Alright, so I would highly recommend pre-tapping these holes, as I almost stripped one of these. Actually, I did strip one, so hopefully this will work. Let me try it with the non-stripped one here. They give you 3, so we'll go ahead and use this guy to thread it on. You just want to kind of go in a little bit and back out like a half turn or so, and then go in some more, and that'll pre-tap the hole. So there we go, and you can take it all the way out, and then you should be good to put on your tactical rail here. Once again, you don't want to do it completely tight, just snug. Put the next one on. Alright, that's pretty good. And now we can go ahead and put the back plate on. Black stock attachment, that just slides on like any stock attachment. Pretty easy. Go ahead and put the barrel in here first. Slide that all the way back, just like that. Now, you definitely don't need this long of a barrel. That's going to get cut down, but I'm going to put it in. I'm going to slide this on top, and then we'll see how long we want it, and I'll decide where that is. Mark it, cut it down. So there we go with that. Pretty good. Now we'll have to, I believe, screw this part from the top into the top part. So I would probably also, once again, there's screws that go in the bottom and the top here that you need to use. I don't think you use the bottom ones for this one. I think you just use the top. So I think the top will be good enough, but we'll go ahead and prep those just the same way with the bigger screws. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut down our barrel. You may not need to do this if you bought a shorter barrel, and it really depends on how far out you want your muzzle brake. So I think I want it just pretty short, just a little bit past. So we'll mark where we want it, and then we have to make sure we leave about a 1/2 inch for this to recess onto. So you don't want it to be too close here, because then you won't be able to get this on. So I'll go ahead and measure probably about 1 inch from the end here, and then we'll cut that with some pipe cutters and we'll be done. Okay, you just take that nice and slow, and you should be end up with a nice cut there. Then you can attach your muzzle brake of choice. And actually, let me go ahead and measure this for you so you know how long mine is. And this ended up being 6.5 inches. So we'll go ahead and put that on, and all right, she's finished. Looks pretty good, I think. That's a pretty cool look. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to test this out for a little bit, see how it feels, and then give you my full review. All right, you guys, so the Worker F10555 JSSAP SMG, that's a long title, is a pretty sweet build. It's a pretty sweet kit, and it's very, very well made. I have absolutely no complaints, honestly, with anything. And installation was pretty darn simple, pretty straightforward. There is definitely an order of operation, so hopefully the installation guide helps you. But pretty simple. Very few tools are required. You don't have to do anything internally to your Stryfe if you don't want to, although you do have to take it apart. But you just replace that one little piece, as you can see, very simple, and put it back together, and you don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. I do encourage people, if they're going to take apart their blaster, to do some internal mods to it, especially the Stryfe. It's a super easy, very good blaster for beginning modders, and there's so much you can do to it. There's so many things you can put inside of it. You can put a full auto kit, you can put a select fire kit, you can put new motor cages in, new motors. I mean, the list is endless to this blaster. Now, I will definitely link all of these parts that NF Stryfe sent me in the description box below. They were very gracious. I am thankful for them to send this to me for free for review. So if you would like to see any more cosmetic kits from Worker or others that they sell, let me know. I will contact them, and they will possibly send them my way for another review. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about this. I can't wait to do some cool things internally to this Stryfe, and maybe paint it up in a tactical black, which I don't usually do, but for a prop that obviously makes sense. So yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. This is just really, really compact, really, really tight. It feels just like a real SMG. It's pretty sweet. You can put your sights on here if you so choose, that are like airsoft or real steel sights. This is a fake EOTech sight, which is pretty sweet. I like it a lot. It goes right on there. Lock it down there, and there you go. So that's pretty cool. Maybe not the blaster that necessarily you use an EOTech sight on, but still pretty cool. Then you could obviously remove that and put a stock on there, or you can just purchase a stock if you want it with the stock, and that is pretty darn sweet. I mean, it's an awesome blaster. Actually the sight here is really, really cool. I like that a lot. But that sight, you probably can't tell, but it is a really, really nice sight there. You can line up your shots really nicely. It's really, really well designed. I am very impressed. I really like the addition of the muzzle brake there, and then this grip is just super, super comfortable. And the P90 mag, they did not send me, but I believe they do sell this on their site, so if you would like that, along with this stock, I believe they sell that also. I'll link those in the description also if I can find them on their site. I also will link where you can buy a Stryfe at. They do have them for sale again at some retailers, but they are definitely available on Amazon, both in the orange and in the modulus white. So I'll link both of those in the description box. If you use that link, it actually helps out the channel, and it gives you a very easy way to find it right away. So if you could use those links to buy your Stryfes, that would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of the SMG kit from Worker and F10555. Thank you, NF Strike. Smash that like button. Please subscribe. And as always, peace out.